but Lori is going to create this one pager that you're going to take to what's his name and have a poster created, right? The stand-up poster created. Because, all right, so we're going to, can I explain this, Lori, or do you want?
Yeah,
okay.
No, go.
So our idea was for you to go into, as we're pounding the pavement, we walk in, we ask for the decision maker, okay? And then we say that we have a one-of-a-kind product that's, nobody has on the market, and would you be open to taking a look? It's a skin serum, and then you literally hold the poster and talk about it, okay?
Well,
and
what poster? Because I elaborate about this poster.
The poster is going to be a one-pager with, like pictures before and after of face, hands, eyes, neck, all right? And then just a little blip about Knox. In the middle of it, I see the pictures on the outside, and Ryan hopefully can create this. Lori will kind of pick the pictures, and then we're going to make it into a, like a cardboard stand-up thing. So you talk from the poster pic, the pictures, and then you say, so what is it? What are we asking? That they sign up to be a wholesale distributor.
So freeze there.
Okay.
So I took, but like I said, it's annoying that things change all the time, but I guess it's better the price went down, right? So I can't.
Okay. Did it already go down? Did they change?
Not yet. He said they're going to be changing all these SKUs. Okay. So what I did, these are the packages available right now. So from biggest, 8 bottles, 15 samples, 4 bottles, 5 samples, and then the 60 sample pack. But this price is going to go down. So I created this, but I'll have to tweak it. So you have a guideline, right, of how, okay, they said yes, now what? So, okay, continue.
Okay, so, what we'd like to do is have you introduce this to your clients, and we're asking that you become a wholesale affiliate. So
account.
Have a wholesale account.
They don't want anything.
We don't want to say affiliate.
With network marketing. So we have to change that mindset. They might get into that later on, but right now all of their thinking is retail sales profit and wholesale account.
Yes. Okay. And retail sales profit. Okay. And Lori is putting together the script that we're going to use, basically. So it's the basic script, which we just talked about, plus you're going to have these two things in hand. You're going to have the poster that they're going to put up, with the samples and a bottle of the Knox. All right. Right on their front counter.
So it's almost like it's like a startup kit.
Yeah.
So what you're and I'm kind of taking this from oh my God, I'm blanking on his name, Nick, who, he inspired me to do Pound the Pavement, because he does this all day long, every day. And he said these sachets could sell like hotcakes, because he has this little like CBD energy drink thing that he goes, I can't keep them on the shelves at all these different places where he sells it. So he said these little sachets will fly off the shelves. That's what he said. So so basically it's like a startup kit that we would offer the salon. So it's this poster that they could place on the counter, right? With the I like the idea of the different before and afters, like the bags under the eyes, the neck, the hands, because the acne, because it's hitting a lot of everything, right? And then you would leave them with a big bottle if they sign up for a wholesale account. So you're giving them, and my mom always says you got to spend money to make money. So I think it's fine if you give them this poster. It's hopefully, we'll see if Wayne can do any better. I think it's usually $25 or you guys get it done somewhere.
What?
20.
Last time I paid 20.
Okay, so I think to me
Is this
$20.
like 8x10 or like is it bigger than that?
Yeah, no, it's like an 8x10, and it's just like a really heavy duty cardstock, and sits. You know, it's got a little stand behind it.
Hey, Lori.
Yeah, hey Ken.
Hey, this is Ken. Hey, forgive my whatever you want to call it. When you say satchels, you're talking about the little sample pack.
You know what? I call it a sachet.
Sachet, that's what I meant.
All calls it a sachet, and I love calling it a sachet because sample means free. In my mind,
that's good.
Sample means free. And unfortunately, they're not cheap enough for us to be, hey Jill, good, I'm glad you're back on. I heard one of the leaders yesterday say on the call that she gifts 4 of the little sachets to people, and I'm like, I'm not in a position to be able to do that. And I don't want my team to have to think in order to be successful, they have to be gifting 4 samples a person. So that is not duplicatable. So that's why I changed that terminology. I like, or Paul used it. That's why I like to use it, because sample means free.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Right? Okay, sure. Thanks for asking and clarifying that. So if they sign up for this wholesale account, you're going to leave them with this sign and 5 sachets and a big bottle but knowing that you're going to return next week or in 8 days, whatever the shipping, to then get your big bottle back and your 5 sachets, right? It's just going to be like, I'm going to lend this to you so you can start using it. You can start feeling it. You can start sampling it out. And then I'll pop in and you're going to open your calendar and write it down. I'm going to come by whatever that date is so I can then get my big bottle back and then the 5 sachets, right?
But while you have your calendar out,
Yep.
you are going to set up a Knox party with them. Okay? So let's do these 2 things, because you want to get it to your clients. So you're going to have it on the counter. That's fine, but let's set up a Knox party because that's what works the best. And we'll come in and do the party for you. If you could serve a little something, and then invite your clients to come. And we will have a raffle during Lori and I were talking, you know, like let's say it's from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the evening, whatever. We should offer, like if you're on time, we're having a raffle then, if you're in your seats on time, and then halfway between, and you have to be there sitting down in order to win. And we'll probably raffle off sachets. We can.
Yeah, that's the best thing to raffle off are these little sachets.
Yeah, yeah. And
I don't know if I kind of like event more than party. Party sounds more casual to me.
Okay. All
so
right.
a Knox event. Event sounds more important. That sounds more valuable.
Okay.
And you're there. I mean, what an amazing thing for a spa, right? You're there to do the work. You know, it's inviting their people, but you're there to help introduce this to their spa, to their clientele, to their employees. So then there's the piece, Jill, you still there? Because I want to hear from the horse's mouth, the concern about the retail sales profit. But I don't know where she went. Carrie, do you want to elaborate a little bit on that? There's Jill.
There I am. Oh, it's Jill here? Okay.
Yeah. Wait.
Am I too noisy if I'm
Jill, you're muted. Okay, now you're not. Okay.
Carrie, I think it's okay. I don't hear background.
I don't either.
Okay,
So Jill, can you maybe elaborate on the concern of the retail sales profit?
Well, actually, I'm not concerned, but I was trying to figure out a way to go over it with her again and be more specific. So that's what Carrie and I were kind of working on. I think what confuses me, and maybe Carrie too, I'm speaking for her in this moment, but she can disagree. You know, we get the product, I'm just going to use the Knox sample. Well, first of all, yesterday I got my 8-pack of my salve, and I had a new affiliate buy it. So I made a little commission there, 25%. And then I got it and it was like $52 a piece, and yet I can sell it for $98 and make like $39. I mean, that's great profit. You know what I mean? With the Knox, Carrie and I were just having trouble with trying to figure out, we get it for the clients get it for $189. If somebody goes on the website, they get it for $219 plus shipping and tax. And you had said something about $265, and I was just wondering how you got to that amount.
Okay, so let's dive a little deeper there. I remembered one more thing as we're talking. Another thing to leave them in this little startup kit is the trifolds, which Mom should be delivered to my door today.
Ooh, great.
I ended up getting them for I think 13 or 12 cents a piece, and they are generic. So I actually ended up going on Vistaprint because I feel like Vistaprint does a decent job, and I got my own little labels printed. So I will put those on the trifold, but they're generic, so you can leave them with the spa, and I'm sure they have their labels or stamp or whatever. So that's another thing, so that they can have on the front table this poster, the sachets, the trifolds, and I'm gonna say,
And the price list, which you're going to show
oh, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, so
profit.
so profit is a big deal, right? So I'm going off of the big, hold on, I'll share it with you. I'm going off of this big pack, okay? It's only 8 bottles, which is shocking that that's not even that many. When you're talking about a spa, they could go through this very, very quickly. They could go through it in a day if the right person is talking about it, right? So I'm going off of calculating in there of this big pack. So, and again, it's going to be different for where you live because of tax. If you're in Illinois, it's going to be the most expensive. We know that in Chicago. So, okay, Carrie, I'm just muting.
You're making like $30 profit per bottle.
No, it's $57. So you've got to
the price will go down, right?
You've got to take into account with that pack. It's also with sachets. There's 15 sachets, which at this pricing is $135 value. So that bumps with tax, with shipping and insurance. It bumps the bottle down to $193. That's what it ends up being. And so I'm saying, I don't know. So it's going to be at least $250 that they can sell the bottle for. But here's the thing. I understand that you could buy it on the website, but there's a convenience factor too. We're talking about going into an upscale salon. There's the convenience of here's my money and here's my bottle. So I don't see a problem with, not selling it for $300. That's an insane markup. But I don't see a problem in them marking it up a little bit more so we get that $57 or that $60 profit. And as well as the sachets too. Now we learned last night that the price is going to drop, but I don't see that there's any reason that they can't charge $10 a piece. You're in an upscale salon and you are right there, and it's convenience. It's not having to go on a website, wait 7 to 10 days for a product. So I don't see a problem in that. I think that's where, so great. Now we're talking, I really would like to see at least a $60 profit, because what's 57? That's a goofy number, right? So I'd like to see, so maybe it's $255 a bottle. But they're ending up profiting a little over $450. Well, if it's 60, hold on.
I personally think it should be $260 total, including tax. And
$7 profit.
Hold on. So I'm a customer, right? And I buy the serum for $250.
60.
$260.
Then I find out, then I go on the website and I see it that it's $219. Okay, shipping and handling, it's going to be what, $250
something. It's like $255. So you paid $10 extra for the convenience of buying it right
away.
I see that. It's funny. Everyone spends their money in different ways. But for me, that $10 more would be worth it just to be able to walk away with it in hand.
But
And
they, in a salon, they still have to charge tax.
I
Right.
think
Yeah.
they have to charge tax. Yeah,
Me
more
too.
tax.
But
Which is
that's
weird.
That it's not.
tax. You sure?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
sweet
have,
them.
that was my. Yeah, they have to charge tax
Of
because
course.
it's a
Yeah,
salon.
but they paid tax
Already
when they
paid it.
purchased it.
It doesn't matter. They still have to charge it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like double taxing.
Double taxing, are you sure that that's what they have to do? Unless they're a
Or
wholesale.
they have to tax on the profit because they're selling it. If they were selling it for the same price and it was just a swap, then they wouldn't have to. But because they're reselling it at a profit, I think
Well,
they
then-
still have to charge tax.
But why aren't we charging tax then?
We should be. We're all like money laundering.
Jeez.
Unless you are like what's this program with the doctors? What's it called? Where they're buying a large pack.
The
Professional, right, package. So I wonder, like if the doctors sell it off their shelves in their office, right? They pay
I
$50
don't
and
know.
sell it for
There are
$100.
plenty of clinicians and practitioners doing this, and no one's charging tax. So that's going to have to be a question, because to me, that's double tax.
Yeah.
I think we need to
The
find out
state
for sure. So we're
That
doing
you're
this
living in
correctly.
is earning double tax on one bottle. That's
I don't think
ridiculous.
that's right either. They just should say the price is $260 including.
tax.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. And if the government
Because
comes,
tax is already paid. Go back to the receipt of when you bought the package. The tax is
right,
paid.
right. I just
But
saying,
it's only paid on the wholesale amount. It's not paid on the total amount.
Yeah, there's technically supposed to be tax paid on the difference between what you paid for it and what you sell.
Okay, I
let
put
the government fill it out.
Gary Rudow is going to be in charge of contacting support and asking
All right.
because we are totally legit of selling a product in a spa, right? In a massage
Right.
place. So you're going to be in charge of getting in touch with support and seeing what to do.
By the way, in the back office, and I had printed them out at one time, there's a whole, form of when
Yep.
it's a receipt form. I don't remember if it says tax on there, but it's something that you could fill out, particularly the holiday season. If people want a receipt, that's the formal receipt that they have in the back office.
Have
So
they updated it? Because the
Probably
one that's on there is the old one.
it is. It's probably not been updated yet, But
Okay.
maybe you asking the question to support, especially around the holiday season, we need to come up with something that's more
Right.
updated.
Because this is different. Before we were, okay, some doctors are selling it in their office or whatever, but not, we're going into retail setting. It's a totally different game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just a whole different thing.
Well,
So
let's
I
figure
don't
that
think the
out.
same rules apply.
Yeah, but the basic premise is that we went a step further, and let's say the place is making $50 on a bottle,
Well,
and
no, so it's $60.
all right, 60. I'm just thinking with the tax thing. Okay, so
Okay. So,
$50
yeah.
on a bottle. Okay,
And so in that package of 8, they sell those 8 bottles. That's a $536 profit. So back to the question, Jill, when I saw that boxer, I'm like, when there's talk about, well, that's not enough retail sales profit. I'm like, is someone going to balk at $500? Like, I think that's a pretty decent. And if you can sell 8 bottles a day, 5 days a week,
6 days a week, because they're open.
let's
6 days.
lowball it. They're open 6 days a week, but let's lowball it.
Okay.
Times 5. Wait. I mean, and this is what they have to see, right? They have to see these numbers, right? So if you're so I'm lowballing it. I said 10 bottles. So let's say it's 8 bottles a day, 5 days a week. That's $2,680 a week. Times 4, that's $10,720 extra a month. Is that an interest to salons? A way to earn an extra almost 11 grand a month?
I agree. I think that
That's
showing them, and I didn't get a chance to show her, and that's why she kind of left before we even got to talk about it.
But
So I was like,
that's the numbers that they
That's
have to see. And if you're talking yearly, that's $128,000 additional income every year.
Ken
And
was
that-
gonna say something. Ken?
that's the profit that the salons are seeing, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's
got it.
the
It's gonna
profit
pay their
they're
rent.
walking away.
That's going to pay their overhead. You know,
Right.
somebody like Stuart Thilmany who pays $8,000 to rent his little fitness studio place and the lights and everything and can't even break even. You know, of course, his clientele is a bunch of old people that don't want to spend the money on this. But, you know, these salons, what's the 8 bottles? You know, as long as you have your people working for you promoting it and you are constantly promoting it, I mean, everything is a piece of cake. It's all profit after that. So
And I
who
think
wants to do
that's what these people need to see, because it's always about what's in it for them. And if you can show them, you can earn, $2,600 a week, which is almost 11 grand a month, which, like that's some serious income.
Lori, can you explain again how'd you get the number?
So I
Well,
took,
you can have it print out anyway. It's going to be on one sheet to show.
yeah, what I want to do, I just have to how it's going to look. I'm not the best
Yeah,
at
because
that.
I have that too.
So I took this number. I calculated this number. So this is the package. And it ends up being, for people who live in our area, $1,682. That's the total spent. $1,682.
Or with tax.
Tax and shipping. Yeah.
With I'm including tax and shipping.
Too.
And
Where
then
did
I subtracted the $135 for the sachets. Which ended up being what? And then divided it by 8.
Did you include the insurance, Lori?
I did.
Yeah, it's a flat fee anyway. It's a flat rate.
So it becomes $193 per Knox bottle.
And then what we're suggesting to them is they
Selling for
sell
two.
each bottle for $260.
I mean, that's a $67 profit.
Yeah. And that might or might not include the tax once Carrie finds out if they have to tax again. And they might want to even throw in a Knox sample. You know, it's up to them. It's up to the salon.
Sachet.
Sachet, sorry, because I was looking at the word sample. Yeah, they need to change that verbiage. So, yeah, and that's up to the salon. And put it in a pretty net bag or one of their bags, and it's the such an easy way to make money for these places.
So what I want to work on, I'll work on a script. I have this, but again, this will change. This, the 3-package option. And I wasn't sure if because you also have the ability to order a box of 30 once you become a wholesale account. So that's why I didn't really include that on here. It's just that's something that they can buy. Although if they're selling it, if they're doing it in bulk, I mean, it's smarter to get this one here. Which again, that price will drop once they get rid of what they have now. Or no, did he say? No, it's just they're going to drop the price regardless.
When does the new pricing come into effect? Sorry, I missed the call yesterday. Did he say when?
He said he's going to be changing. There's lots of SKUs that are going to be changed this week. So script, and then we've got the packages, and then I want to, if anyone wants to help out, I can't visualize. What they need to see is how much it's costing them and how much they're going to earn. That's what they need to see. So I want to come up with a 1-pager on that, but I was trying to work on it last night, and I'm like, eh. So we've got
That's
the numbers.
That's the first question that they ask. They're like, "What's
How much?"
profit?
Absolutely.
How much
What's
is
in it
like,
for them?
how much am I going to make?" I mean, that's cut to the chase.
Right.
Show me that. So
Right.
Well, that's why you need a 1-pager. You need it,
Right.
bold. And I was saying to
simple.
Lori, you know, one thing about Juice Plus, I learned a lot with, you know, they have different programs, right? And it was particularly, I learned this from Elizabeth Small and Very Small. They had books that they created, and one was a practitioner book. And one of the pages is, here's what you can make selling so many bottles a day. Here's by the month, you know, here's what you're going to make. They want to see it in black and white. And at the beginning of when I started with Prime, I actually sat down with Yana and with, what's his name?
John.
John Zito. But I don't know. It was just, we never got to it. We tried to do it, but now it's important because of how we're doing this and how we're presenting it, because we want to use the word, we don't want to use the affiliate. We don't we don't want to say network marketing. And it's just like any practitioner you can do this with. And I also suggest, let's do this first, but let's also market the salve to the salons. Okay.
Okay, but we're focusing on this.
I know, but it's
very narrow.
Oh, and the hydrate. We've got to go through the hydrate.
What do you guys feel about incorporating the hydrate into this too? I know I love the hydrate.
I'll second that. I love it too, and I would definitely include it.
Okay.
Ken, what do you think about, where do you get your hairs cut?
In my bathroom with my razor.
So you don't go to a barber, right?
I do every once in a while when I can afford it. It gets kind of pricey to go all the time,
my metrosexual son-in-law goes all the time, so I probably should say something. So what do you think about marketing this to barbershops too? What's your feeling?
I think that's actually a good idea. I never would have thought about that, but we do have a lot of upscale, high-end barbershops in my area. It's kind of a trendy thing right now, you know, like, of course, beard oil is all the rage because there's so many hipsters in Nashville. So I think that a lot of these people that are going to the barbershops are, you know, willing to spend money. They want to take care of their beards and their skin and all that. So I think it would go over really well, actually.
That's cool.
So that was the other thing. So let's pull out on the poster. I'm going to call it a poster. Also, I don't know if we should use Kevin Suber or who else was on some of these posters, because even the bald head and, you know, the scratches and all that. So I do think it should be a unisex kind of a poster too. At least one picture of a guy, and then take this into high-end barbershops too.
So
there's that one before and after, that guy with his head
Craig.
that's shaved.
It was Craig. You know what, Carrie? I have such an issue with some of these pictures. It's like, I see what they're trying to show, but the pictures are crap.
That's true. No, it is not a good before and after. You're right.
It's not a good quality picture. I'm like,
Yeah, no, you're right.
Your eye is so.
Oh, Mom, just stop.
We're just trying to impress them, but I don't think they're impressive pictures for some of them.
They're right for some of them. It's the quality of the picture too.
Well,
Where do we
Right.
the best?
Where do we get the? Oh, you're gonna ask. I'm just wondering, where do we get the sign, the poster?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to this local printer.
So just to recap, so hold on, I just got confused. So once we get the green light, once the salon says yes, you're saying that once they say yes, you give them a starter kit, 1 bottle of Knox, and I don't know how many sachet.
Right,
5.
you choose.
Okay.
You choose.
Then
It's going to be a swap.
and then once they get their order, they
You
swap
go
it.
back in. That's why you're not leaving. You're not leaving the bottle and the
You have to sign
sachet
them up.
until you've opened up your calendar and said, I will be back in this date.
Yeah, but puck is cheap. What if they change their mind and
Oh, no, you're not leaving this until they sign up.
I know. Okay, of course.
Heck
Yeah.
no.
Okay. Because I'm like, what happens if they say,
Oh,
no, and then you don't hear from them and they have
No, that is only, you are only leaving this starter kit. So again, the big bottle, how many sachets you decide to leave, if that's 5, 10, 15, whatever, that's your decision. The sign and like 10, 15 trifolds, again, your decision. but you're not leaving that unless you have sat with them
Of course.
and signed them up for a wholesale account and their order is going to be delivered to them. Heck no.
And then you give it 7 days, at least 7 days.
Hi, Carrie. Does it sound like good, Carrie, to you?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's awesome. I'm super excited about this.
And my thing is, when you start the conversation, would you be open to making an extra $10,000 a month?
Yeah, I think if we have to look at the size, like depending on which spa we go into, there's some smaller ones and larger ones. So, and then I'm just thinking about Prime My Body and JT saying no, income guarantees.
No
I think we
income
need to have that somewhere.
Yeah.
Like
That's
on the
actually
poster when we're talking about money that you can make, like there's got to be some kind of statement about that on there.
No guarantees, but.
And a conversation. Like, you can't just set this sign down and expect it to sell
Right.
itself.
Right.
And
Right.
that means, because we have a local spa, they have thousands of products and no one's talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to know, but that comes through verbal conversation too. They need to know.
And educating, like that one gal that we saw that kind of helped us think about going in there, is having someone that is knowledgeable on the product. So the disadvantage is just selling it and then no one talking about it, but having a point person, right? Or point people educating the people that are working there so that they can answer some questions.
Okay, but the salon person, one of the things, it's their salon, they need to insist that everybody watches the video. We'll pick the best of the best video.
Yeah.
And everyone at the front desk watches that video. And maybe we have to go in and show them, and then answer any.
So you train. We should go in and train one person.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're leaving, Jory? Okay.
Bye.
All right. I gotta go, guys. I love you.
I love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So how does this sound to the rest of the people on the call? Does it sound like a good path?
Yeah, making it simple, yeah, I agree. That's the first thing they're going to say, like, okay, well, how much is it going to cost me and what am I going to get out of it?
But I think that's a significant, and Jill, I'm glad you brought that up. I think it is. It's a significant piece to this. It's like, what? Because if they're making $10 a bottle, that's not, why are they going to put in that effort, right?
No, I definitely agree. Yep. This was perfect, because that's really what you can walk in and say, hey, if you could come by, no guarantees, but would you take a minute to let me show you?
Right. And I do.
No strings attached. Just let me show you, and then you can say yes or no.
And I think we should offer the 2 size packages, the $1,500 or whatever it's going to be, and then the next lowest one.
Well, but that's probably not going to be the same. That's not going to be the same earnings.
Right. But listen, not everybody, but I think that it should be there for a smaller salon, or that they're riskier, they feel it's a risk. So then do this, it's okay.
Hey, I have a question. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
So like when I know the name of this group is Pounding the Pavement, but are we literally like just cold call walking into places, or are we trying to set up appointments through email or phone calls first? I mean, what I kind of came in the call a little late, so I don't know if that was mentioned or talked about.
No, yeah, we didn't mention that. I think the reason we are calling this Pound the Pavement is because we are all literally walking in cold. Not a phone call, not an email, not a Facebook message, walking in cold. But asking, can I speak to your decision maker?
Okay.
And Ken, I've been doing this kind of stuff for a long time, and I would tell, you're new to the group, but I always tell people that I started a foreign language business with a business partner like 25 years ago. She was the one that said to me, we were both teaching full time, and then after school, we would go to school districts walk in, ask to speak to the principal. The secretary would say, oh, they're busy, blah, blah, blah. Well, somehow, you know, even with one principal pointing his finger, next time make an appointment, and he agreed to let, you know, we had to wait a little bit to talk to him, and we said, that's fine. And we had, for our first event, you know, our classes, we had 90 some kids enroll, and I was scrambling to hire more teachers and all that. And we did a terrific business. We deposited, I mean, this was parent tuition based, $100,000 that first year. So I am so convinced that you might have to go back, but they got to see your face. People have too many emails and too much follow-up, and they don't pay attention. So you want to make a statement, squeaky wheel, you go in with your personality, you know, you're community-minded, whatever. You're here to help them because everybody's struggling and everybody has competition. This is going to set them apart. So I strongly, if you want to be successful, you got to do it this way. And it could be uncomfortable, but you got to get through it, you know? And once you do, and if they say no, next, you know, you keep walking.
Yeah, that's the thing I have to tell myself too. Like, that's the uncomfortable part for me, which is hilarious because I could talk to anyone anywhere. Like, I'm an outgoing person. I never have an issue talking to someone, but like doing this. And the thing is though, if they say no, you're probably never going to see them ever again in your life. So who cares?
Who cares?
That's true.
Right?
True.
I mean, you really probably are not, because I'm certainly not going to go back to that spa if they're not going to give me 2 seconds of your time, right? Why would I spend money in their salon? There's, you know, at least in the area that I live in, oh my God, there are so many spas and salons. And so it's really no skin off my back, but it's true. The emails were all, you know, it's just so, it's not personal. And that's why, as difficult as this is for some of us to do, that's why we created this group, so we could have people to hold us accountable, because this is not comfortable for me.
Right. Especially for me. I mean, being the only guy.
Right.
I called
huge place in a man's world.
Yeah, totally. I had voiced that concern with Carrie a few days ago when I was on my little road trip, and you know, she kind of put my mind at ease, because I was like, I was just giving all the reasons why I didn't think I would be able to do it good, and
totally.
and she totally brought up all the reasons why I would be good at it. So yeah, I kind of feel like I'm excited about it. I'll say that much. I don't know what else to say, how to put it in words. I think that it'll be cool. I think maybe it might give me an advantage because they're probably used to just dealing with women all the time.
Absolutely, Ken. Absolutely.
Totally.
And you know, you tell them a little bit about your background. You're fascinating, okay? You're a fascinating person.
And I love this that you brought up the whole barber shop, because see, that's not on my radar, right? That's not my world. But when you brought that up, like my brother-in-law, he's so into that stuff, you know, so tapping into the barber shops in our communities, that's genius.
Yeah.
So that's how this group started. It was a couple weeks ago on a Zoom call on our water cooler, and we were all just nervous about doing this, and I'm like, let's do a group. And I love what we're doing, because I think, what do we have, 11 people, so we're each committing to walking into 10 spas. So that's 110 spas, and that is a beautiful visual when you're even explaining what network marketing is to someone. So given the choice, do I want to walk in cold to 110 salons, or do I want to walk into 10? Oh my God, I choose the 10, right?
Right.
And the beautiful thing is, so yes, I'm personally benefiting from all that, but you guys get to benefit too. Like, I could tell you right now whose legs you're on. So Ken, the work that you do is going to help Jill, is going to help Lynn, but the work that Lynn does is going to help Ken, is going to help Jill. The work that that's the beautiful part of this. Mm-hmm. So we are all benefiting from this, which I love, and that because of the binary, and I love that.
And also, as a team, we're going to stand out because we're doing it. We're going to walk the walk and talk the talk. Everybody else is, you know, fishing, And I will say, Jeff Roberti, and who JT brought up last night, he says the Heinemann, oh no, it was at our leader call yesterday. He says the Heinemans are going to get a kick out of this because Jeff Roberti is the leading network marketer, an Italian guy in the whole business. He was part of Juice Plus. Do you know who he is, Ken?
Oh yeah, I definitely know. I've seen him speak and met him before.
Yep.
So he's part of Eric Worre's, Hall of Fame. And JT knows him because now JT is part of the Hall of Fame. So I always remember hearing him say, I mean, he doesn't teach anything. He just tells you. I mean, he talks to everybody. He travels worldwide and he just talks to people on the street. You need fruits and vegetables, And it used to, when he'd get turned down, it used to take him 2 days to get over it, because it was just a gut-wrenching feeling that somebody, said no to him. And then he said, it takes me 20 seconds to get over it. And he's the highest earner in the network marketing
industry. Million. Top earner, $80 million.
$80 million just by talking to people and being able to take no. He has no magic. You ask him, well, what did you do to make all that money? Just talk to people and be able to take rejection. And he was selling fruits and vegetables. So can you imagine if you do this with something like our products? I mean, you just got to get tough skin. And I am that at this point. I could care less if somebody says no to me now. I think you can't fix stupid, next. That's what I say to myself in my head.
Bulletproof approach.
Bulletproof
vest.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you should have an image of a bulletproof vest, or maybe a little card, and when somebody says no to you, you look at that card and it just gives you that spirit to keep going.
And what I loved, what came up and Mom, you weren't on the call because you were in Israel, but I loved, changing the attitude, and I like, again, we said an index card. So Mimi, I like the bulletproof concept, right? But it's also going in knowing you're going to meet the owner. You're going to talk to the owner and you have something that this owner wants to look at. They want to bring an extra stream of income, having that attitude when you walk in, not, them being with walls up, right? But them being, they want to hear what we have and making sure that you get that mindset. They genuinely want to hear what we have to offer.
Also, one thing that was brought up on our last call, I don't know who said this, most of the answers you're going to get, me as a manager of a big spa, I used to say, oh, great, well, give me your card. I'll check it out. I'll get back to you, right? That's our little safety. It's our comfort zone, right? It's like terror barrier. We're just afraid to say no. We're like, anyways, but someone here said, how do we deal with that owner or decision maker when they say that? And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if Jill said it. This is best explained visually. That's what you write. Did you say that, Jill?
Sarah said it first, and then Carrie remembered that from the Las Vegas.
Right, because we were saying about, just send me an email with your website.
Right. Give me your card. I'll check it out. I'll get back to you after the holiday.
Described visually.
It's best described visually. Yeah, I like that answer.
I love that.
Pull out your two.
Because that's such a common answer.
This is best described visually. Well, I have a client right now. I can't talk to you now.
I'll come back.
No problem. And that's why you have your planner. No problem. How about Thursday at 2? And I love it. Not you asking them for the date. You provide the day and time.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about, leaving this impression of increase, leaving something behind. And that doesn't have to be a thing. It could be a compliment. It could be asking them about themselves, getting into a conversation about themselves. And that can leave this impression of increase too.
And it's just a matter of keep practicing it, we're going to mess up. We're going to get tongue-tied. We're going to get flustered. But it just makes you stronger for, who's perfect. It doesn't matter. Nobody's perfect, and who cares? You know, just keep doing it. And you have to, you know, in order to see, well, we have to go into 10 places each. We can work with partners, but you've got to commit to your 10 places. And so it's really 20, you know, going together. And then you're supporting each other too, because then you'll talk it over, you know, once whatever the situation is. So you're kind of role playing through it. And but you can't go wrong. I mean, you're only going to be doing good. And then you'll get like better at it, and you're going to feel like this is the way to do it, because once they see that yes, you can make money selling at retail, not having that stigma of network marketing, they're going to understand, because they're going to want to learn more once they see the money coming in, you know?
Right. And that's why there's no talk about network marketing
No.
until it does come up. But
Right.
this is because all salons know, and Mimi can attest to that, because your whole family is all they know is retail sales profit. That's all they know. So
And
that's
what if they do ask? If they do ask, is this a network marketing or one of those pyramid schemes? We go, well, we have two programs. We have a retail program, and we do have an affiliate program. But this is not, we're talking about the retail program today. That's it. Same thing with the practitioners. And that's where it stops. The buck stops.
That's all they know. And then maybe 1 in 1,000, right? I mean, like Erin Pollinger, Dr. Scott Freeman, they are both chiropractors, never done network marketing in their lives, but that became an interest for them. You know, I don't know if it was from the get-go. They had no idea about network marketing.
They didn't really have a choice. They didn't even have a choice. So they see $1 million in their bank account 2 years, not even 2 years later, they were like, oh, okay.
So
I have to leave. I didn't go to Soup Kitchen because I haven't been feeling well, but I'm going back to just sit and give the people their tickets to get their food. So it was good seeing you all. Susan, I'll talk to you later. Lori, I'll talk to you later. So,
Then you didn't call me.
huh?
You didn't call me.
I know. I was sick. I started throwing up again last night.